EU vows immediate retaliation. If Trump imposes new tariffs, Europe will not hesitate to respond decisively. If Donald Trump moves forward with his planned trade restrictions, the European Commission and national leaders of the European Union have stated. This follows Trump's recent announcement of a new escalation in his aggressive trade policies. The former U.S. president declared that he would impose tariffs of 1/4 on all steel and aluminum imports, affecting every country. He also stated that reciprocal tariffs would follow on all nations that tax U.S. imports, with measures potentially taking effect within days. The European Commission responded swiftly on Monday, emphasizing its commitment to protecting EU interests. However, officials noted that they had not yet received formal notification of the additional tariffs and would not react to vague announcements without specific details or written clarification. The European Union sees no justification for these tariffs. We will take necessary steps to protect European businesses, workers, and consumers from unjustified measures, the Commission stated. EU rejects Trump's justification for tariffs. The Commission further emphasized that imposing trade barriers would be both illegal and economically damaging. Tariffs are essentially taxes. By imposing them, the U.S. government would be taxing its own citizens, increasing business costs, and fueling inflation, the statement read. A Commission spokesperson later reinforced that the proposed retaliatory tariffs from Washington were equally unjustified. None of the measures outlined by the U.S. administration are reasonable. We strongly oppose them, they said. A repeat of Trump's first-term trade war? If implemented, these tariffs would mirror those imposed by Trump during his first term in office, when he placed 1/4 tariffs on steel and 1/10 tariffs on aluminum from multiple countries. During that period, these tariffs impacted European exports valued at more than 6 billion euros. At the time, the EU responded with retaliatory tariffs worth nearly 3 billion euros, targeting American goods such as motorcycles, bourbon whiskey, and denim jeans. The EU had also planned additional tariffs on 3.5 billion euros worth of U.S. products, but those plans were abandoned after Joe Biden won the presidential election. Global trade impact: Canada, Mexico, and South Korea. Also at risk, Canada. And Mexico, already threatened by new tariffs, remain the largest steel exporters to the U.S., along with Brazil. South Korea also plays a major role in steel exports to America. Estimates suggest that 1/4 of European steel exports are shipped to the U.S. market, making the potential economic impact of these tariffs significant. Germany and France issue strong warnings on Monday. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz echoed the European Commission's stance, stating that while no official announcement had been made, Europe was prepared to retaliate immediately. Whoever imposes tariffs should expect counter-tariffs, Scholz warned. Speaking during an election debate, Scholz also noted that Germany, Europe's largest economy, would be particularly affected by new tariffs. However, he insisted that the EU is fully prepared to respond and could implement countermeasures within an hour. Germany's economy minister Robert Habeck reinforced this message. Europe must respond decisively and as a united front to unilateral trade restrictions. We are fully prepared for this, he said. France, ready to counterattack, French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot made it clear that France would support retaliatory measures if new tariffs were imposed. We will defend our interests without hesitation, Barrot stated in a televised interview. French President Emmanuel Macron also warned that he was prepared to go head-to-head with Trump on tariffs. I have done this before, and I will do it again, Macron said in an interview with CNN. He further argued that tariffs would harm not only European economies, but also the U.S. itself. Increasing tariffs across multiple industries will raise costs and drive inflation in America. Is this what the American people want? I don't think so, Macron added. UK expresses concern over potential impact. A spokesperson for British Prime Minister Keir Starmer stated that the UK government had not yet received details of Trump's proposed tariffs on steel and aluminum, but was closely monitoring the situation. While it is too early to predict the full impact, UK officials noted that Britain was prepared for any developments. The UK steel industry, which exports approximately 200,000 tons of steel to the U.S. annually, valued at over £400 million, has expressed serious concern. Industry leaders warn that new tariffs would deal a devastating blow to British steelmakers. What happens next? The EU and its member states are now waiting for official confirmation of the proposed tariffs from Washington. If Trump moves forward with these measures, a full-scale trade conflict could be on the horizon, with European steel exports to the US valued at approximately 3 billion euros per year. The stakes are high for both economies. The next few days will be critical as world leaders prepare their responses and the global trade landscape hangs in the balance.